A reading from the Acts of the Apostles. The churches throughout Judea, Galilee, and Samaria were now left in peace, building themselves up, living in the fear of the Lord, and filled with the consolation of the Holy Spirit. Peter visited one place after another, and eventually came to the saints living down in Lydda. There he found a man called Aeneas, a paralytic who had been bedridden for 8 years. Peter said to him, "Aeneas, Jesus Christ cures you. Get up and fold up your sleeping mat." Aeneas got up immediately. Everybody who lived in Lydda and Sharon saw him, and they were all converted to the Lord. At Jaffa there was a woman disciple called Tabitha, or Dorcas in Greek, who never tired of doing good or giving in charity. But the time came when she got ill and died, and they washed her and laid her out in a room upstairs. Lydda is not far from Jaffa, so when the disciples heard that Peter was there, they sent 2 men with an urgent message for him, "Come and visit us as soon as possible." Peter went back with them straight away, and on his arrival they took him to the upstairs room, where all the widows stood round him in tears, showing him tunics and other clothes Dorcas had made when she was with them. Peter sent them all out of the room, and knelt down and prayed. Then he turned to the dead woman and said, "Tabitha, stand up." She opened her eyes, looked at Peter, and sat up. Peter helped her to her feet. Then he called in the saints and widows, and showed them she was alive. The whole of Jaffa heard about it, and many believed in the Lord. The Word of the Lord. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. After hearing his doctrine, many of the followers of Jesus said, "This is intolerable language. How could anyone accept it?" Jesus was aware that his followers were complaining about it, and said, "Does this upset you? What if you should see the Son of Man ascend to where he was before? It is the Spirit that gives life. The flesh has nothing to offer. The words I have spoken to you are spirit, and they are life. But there are some of you who do not believe." For Jesus knew from the outset those who did not believe, and who it was that would betray him. He went on, "That is why I told you that no one could come to me unless the Father allows him." After this, many of his disciples left him and stopped going with him. Then Jesus said to the 12, "What about you? Do you want to go away too?" Simon Peter answered, "Lord, where shall we go to? You have the message of eternal life, and we believe. We know that you are the Holy One of God." The Gospel of the Lord.